Okay. Psychiatrists now say non-conformity is a mental illness. 3, 2, 1, let's start the fucking video at now. Okay, let's introduce ourselves.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith.
This is Val Devour Says.
This is Josh.
Okay. I'll leave you one of their channels, and that's Luigi. Okay. At first, I thought this was all just a fucking joke. That this was gonna be one of those channels that's just like, like, this article was gonna be like The Onion or some shit like that. But, no, what I get instead is, hold on, let me just Google search this really quick. If you look at the Google, so many websites say the same fucking thing. So, let me let the only person here who actually has a chemical imbalance to say a few words about what they think of this article.
Okay. For time number 2, we tried to record this before, but it fucked up. This is an embarrassment. This is a fucking ridiculous pile of steaming bullshit. The condition that we're referring to here is called oppositional defiant disorder, or ODD. It has made it into the new DSM.
Yeah, it's actually been around for a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just did an Alex Jones on you.
Yeah. Whatever. It made it into the DSM anyway. So, it's basically an ongoing pattern of disobedient, hostile, defiant behavior. Basically what little children already do when they're born. Now, they've lumped this in with ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which in itself pretty much what kids do when they're born. It is fucking ridiculous. It really is. So, anybody else?
I think this is stupid. Now, I've actually met somebody with oppositional defiant disorder. What happened? The kid was spoiled. He was spoiled rotten. He was allowed to do pretty much anything that he really wanted to do.
They have another name for that too. It's called affluenza. Except for those are extremely fucking rich kids who are spoiled rotten.
He's like, oh, we don't know. They don't know what's good and bad. No, they just don't fucking care because they think they can get away with it. That's why you beat the living shit out of these kids. What you have to do is you have to teach them discipline. And if they don't like the fucking discipline, you discipline them even harder. Until they understand, you have to break them and make them submit.
I actually kind of disagree on that.
Jesus Christ, the background noise.
Well, sorry about that.
Okay.
Anyways, I actually kind of disagree with that. I think that kind of punishment works for some kids, but not all kids are the same. Some kids respond differently to different punishments, where one kid actually could respond well to being spanked or anything like that. It could just drive another kid away.
Yeah, good point.
Because no two kids are exactly identical when it comes to what they do. Some.
Now it's getting heavy.
Yeah. That's why I don't think that's why I think both liberals and conservatives are idiots on this one. I think that, personally, there is no one way to teach your kids. Just like there is no one way to correct somebody who has some sort of mental illness. Not that I'm saying that being defiant is a mental illness, but if it were, there would be more than one way to possibly be able to treat it. It all depends on the individual.
But usually, like Jesse said, it's just kids. They're just fucking kids acting as kids.
It's just kids, but it's also the parent's job to act in a way that the kid would actually respond to and give the best results.
And what do we get most of the time?
And by the best results, I mean they learn their lesson. And the problem is, most of these parents think that one form of disciplinary, one disciplinary system will work for all kids, when it's not true. All kids respond differently to different things, and I know I just mentioned that, but it's true. I've met some people who have had the shit beaten out of them that don't respond to it in a way that makes them not want it. They're just like, oh, you beat the shit out of me? Well, you must feel like you're a tough guy. Come on, hit me again.
Be a real journalist.
Those people do exist. And even kids at that age can technically exist. I've seen it.
Okay. Anyways, but this is about people who don't conform to society. We're talking about adults. Now, in that retrospect, it's saying people who want to do something a little bit different. I mean, the guys who don't want to wear the Abercrombie and Fitch and be part of whatever clubs and shit of that nature. People who want to respond differently. So pretty much, the goth kids that a lot of people hated in high school, the nerds who would rather play Bakugan or some retarded shit like that, they're now mentally ill. So I guess in high school I was mentally ill because I like to read about ninjas and embrace what little bit of Asian heritage that I did like, even though I don't really do that anymore.
I was just listening to a Fraps clip. I didn't turn you guys off, but I turned my microphone off so you wouldn't have to hear it. Fraps clip of a radio show that I called into talking about mental illness and gun control a couple years ago. Remember Adam Lanza, that whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt the need to call in and talk about because they were making it a big topic of discussion on a local show.
And?
I got snarky, and I said that the kind of people that want to control everyone are the people that should have their rights taken away and stuff like that. And then the guy talking on the radio show said to me, that's very interesting because that's what they always did in Soviet Russia and China. It's like, that makes you no better than the people that want to control you.
Go on with it. Keep on.
I don't really know. I wasn't making much sense at the time. I wasn't being very coherent. I was mostly emotional. I was shooting out all the conspiracy theories that Lanza had been brainwashed by a bunch of psychiatrists into shooting up his school. And I realized that psychiatry without medication actually is more helpful than a person having no help at all. But medication is ultimately it works for some people, okay? I'm not questioning you, Lukey. But I'm saying that medication and school shootings are almost always connected. Every fucking time someone shoots up their school, they're on antidepressants. This has been proven.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, whenever they talk about that, there's like, oh, well, they were on antidepressants. Maybe it meant that they were psycho. And my thought process is this. As I've had a conversation with another friend that I don't really talk to anymore because of, well, I'm not going to get into that. Medication isn't always a bad thing. What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to correct a chemical imbalance in your head that may cause these problems. Your brain can do that automatically if you figure out how to deal with this shit on your own, if you can be tough enough to do that shit.
Yeah,
but a lot of people don't.
Yeah,
but if you give them the incorrect amount, they can go crazy and shoot up your goddamn school like a bunch of psychopaths. But people don't ever want to admit this shit.
Michael Savage.
I will admit,
the Savage Nation. Sorry?
I will admit the last time I was on antidepressants, I did become psychotic. So, yeah.
Yeah, so, there's also the incorrect dosage of it. And I had a friend, a guy whose name I'm not going to mention, but he can punch through fucking TVs and shit like that because they had him on steroids and different other things. Steroids to make him grow, and some other shit, Risperdal, Ritalin, about 50 different other pills. And he was also, like one of the government's guinea pigs for that shit.
I know there's some people out there that...
$13 million of American taxpayers' dollars were used on him. I've mentioned him a few times in other videos. So that he may be a guinea pig for the government's pill program. And he was fucking insane. He could punch through fucking those old bubble TVs. And it wasn't until he stopped and started smoking marijuana that he became a good guy. No, really.
I get it.
I mean, he wasn't able to do... Like, he's a musician now. He actually got me into music. He was crap when he was on the pills.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much like every, like, what the stereotypical goth music that you said, like, doom, 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 I hate everyone, doom, 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 kill them all, doom, 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 I hate everyone, doom, 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 slit my wrists and drink the blood. And now it sounds like it's fucking orgasmic to listen to. I gotta send you some of his music sometime. It's fucking great now.
Damn it, my headphones. I wanted to get back on this. I wanted to get my voice in for a second.
Okay.
Shit.
Jesse,
if I can get the headphones to fucking work.
Okay, Jesse, while Val is fixing his headphones.
Yeah, I got it fixed.
Okay, never mind. Go on, Val.
Alright, I know there are people out there that are actually on a crusade to try and have antidepressants outlawed, and a lot of these people, some of these people have the logic of, well, we can make stuff like, if we make stuff like marijuana, if we have marijuana illegal, yet we have drugs that actually cause damage to people's brains and chemistry, why aren't we making those things that are actually on the fucking market illegal? And, there's a logic that if we just replaced all antidepressants with marijuana, then everybody would be okay. I don't think that will work for everybody, but I do think that's a better solution. But then again, some antidepressants in moderation work for some people, others, they just ruin them. I would say that antidepressants should be used very sparingly and that they should be very scrutinized when they are used. I mean, there should be a very careful filtering and there should be a very careful filtering surface for how antidepressants are applied, if they are to be used at all. I'm not completely sure that outlining them completely would be the solution, but it might not be a bad idea.
Plus, it could also be down to the individual. Some individuals respond differently to the same dosage of a drug.
Precisely, like you said before. And another thing is if somebody's body physically changes, like, Josh, you're pretty fat. What if you were to suddenly become a muscle man? Would the same dosage work?
No, definitely not.
Okay. You know, I really should ask my friend Sandra to join in on this video. But she's not on right now.
Is she that girl you're trying to introduce me to?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was Tara.
Never mind.
Jesse! Jesse. Speak. I want to hear more about your thoughts on things.
My thoughts on things is that little tiny pill bottle I keep next to my bed keeps me from going nuts.
What's in the pill bottle?
Antipsychotics.
Okay, so what other, like, when you were taking certain pills, you being, say, a psycho...
Yeah, that was a little drug called Paxil. It was an antidepressant, and it was prescribed to me in way too high a dose by a doctor who didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
One of those doctors who he didn't really care about actually helping people, he just cared about the money getting thrown into his paycheck.
Hold on a second.
My family doctor for like 15 years. So, I knew the guy. I told him what was going on. He didn't believe me. And yet he gave me the antidepressants anyway.
So, what are you on now?
I am on a little drug called Cyprexa.
And this stuff actually works for you?
Oh yeah. Knocks my ass out flat for like 15 hours, but it works.
And you only take these things for...
bipolar disorder.
Okay. This shit actually works for you. So, apparently not all of this stuff is bad. Now, given the choice between continuing those pills or smoking marijuana, what would you choose?
Well, given my history with marijuana, I'd definitely take the marijuana.
Yes. Which is why me and you are moving to Colorado.
Hey, we can go meet my uncle there. He beat me to it.
Oh my god. Hey Josh, you want to move to Colorado with us?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Hey, Val.
I'm not moving to Colorado until after Tom Tancredo becomes governor there. Yeah, I know he's an idiot, he's insane, and he's a little bit racist, but at least he vows to keep federal government from coming in and taking people's guns away for using medicinal marijuana.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Not that he could do it.
I mean, what's the worst shit you'd ever heard about people doing high on weed? Come on.
Only what you...
I've heard about some things that give stoners a bad name, but, yeah.
Go on. Speak.
There was this woman who duct taped her child to a wall while she was stoned.
I've never
Next
heard
thing
that.
you know, the cops show up. Kid's duct taped to the wall, she's sitting on the couch.
Hey, remember when we duct taped Manny to the wall? Or was that before you?
That was before me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was me and Dustin. We duct taped Manny to the wall, and then Manny decides that he's going to gorilla tape me to my bed.
Any incident that I've heard of involving marijuana, the person has always been on some other drug in addition to it, and you do not mix marijuana with any other substances. That is a rule that I have heard stated recently, that I understand you have to be very fucking careful, because your lungs open up more. I don't know if it weakens your immune system, but it makes your entire neurology and just your entire biology more sensitive to everything you use while you're high.
That is true.
Way.
My pothead
I mixed
friend.
marijuana and LSD together, along with a lot of vodka. I don't remember what the fuck happened after that.
Well, my pothead friend did say that mixing marijuana and other stuff is probably the worst thing that you could ever do.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I mean, bath salts.
Yeah, I was actually about to bring that up. You know, Mr. Zombie fellow who,
The incident in Florida?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they had to unload full magazines into that guy before he stopped moving.
And there's no way we can know what he was on because they shot him in the head, and the drug that he was, the only thing they could ever find in his system was cannabis or marijuana. And my
bath
brother
salts.
said maybe it was K2, but then they proved it wasn't K2. K2 can actually do that to a person. But this person apparently only had marijuana in their system. But what had happened to them supposedly damaged their brain. We can't find out now because half of their brain is on the fucking pavement.
a lot of people said that it was bath salts.
Yeah, it was bath salts. That was proven later on.
Okay, then that was what did it. Mixing that with marijuana could probably fuck a person up pretty bad.
Yeah.
This is the guy that ate the guy's face in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And the guy lost both his eyes.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, but now they're paying for him to live in a fucking, the taxpayers are paying for him to live in a fucking nursing home now.
That sucks.
Well,
That sucks for everybody.
Well, I think after a certain age, it should be perfectly fine. And the guy, he really can't do anything.
And after a certain amount of bodily harm has been done, yeah. Something's got to be done for the guy.
Maybe the guy with his face eaten could become a writer, and I don't know, he'll probably write about how evil marijuana is because of what happened to him.
Yeah, he's probably going to be talking more lines with about bath salts, because that's what everyone always talks about. He's not going to be talking about how evil marijuana is, because you rarely ever hear how evil marijuana is.
Yeah, but the victim will only hear what the media tells them. That's all they will ever hear. The victim will only hear what's filtered through to them by the media, and they'll only believe what they want to believe.
Well, then again, this homeless guy could have been an adamant pothead. I mean, he could have been selling this shit on the streets beforehand.
Now, wait, was this the homeless guy that got his face eaten, or the
Yeah.
guy that did the eating?
The guy who got his face eating. He could have spent all that money that people gave him, because, you know, homeless guys, they always have their can out. Please help me get a job. Okay,
So-
I'm gonna go buy me a dime bag of some grape ape and some purple haze.
So essentially, having this guy having his eyes lost and his face eaten off didn't make much of a difference in his life.
Yeah, it could have been like that, but I'm just saying this is a possibility of what could have been thing. Just as a theoretical what-if situation. But me, the worst thing that ever happened to me when I smoked weed was I decided that the Kinect on the Xbox 360, whenever you move your appendages around, your hands, your legs, your knees, a little white glow around your face and your hands and knees shows up. I wanted to see if it'd pick up my penis. I've dropped my trousers, got a system error. We froze his fucking Xbox with my dick.
It was so small it couldn't even find it, so it died.
It found the fucking thing. My dick isn't that small, okay?
I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Well,
you're talking about being
in
high
the
on Xbox?
Kinect, whenever you have the Kinect hooked up, it has this little screen on the end that shows your body.
Mm-hmm.
I decided, hey, I wonder if we'll take my dick. Dude, did everything just still, or did your Xbox brick? Nah, it just froze, so we just turned it off and on.
Does the Xbox have like a scanner that shoots at that looks at you and sees you, or does it run electricity through your body to scan your body shape or something?
We're talking about the Kinect.
Yeah.
It's a camera, okay? It's just a
okay,
camera.
I know it's a camera, but I was wondering. Everybody's really paranoid of the Xbox because they think that Microsoft is looking at everybody.
That's because they fucking do.
I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways, continuing on with that, the worst thing I'd ever seen anyone else do on marijuana is this. It was when I worked at a nursing home. It was one of those higher end ones, like you got food brought to you in your room and all that other shit like that. And it only had about 20 different residents, but it was like a higher end one. And me, I worked the night shift. I cleaned up the apartments, that kind of crap. Well, I decided to leave the place. My boss was still there and all that other crap like that. I got me some food at the gas station right next door.
I've heard this story.
Yeah, but the viewers haven't. I'm just sitting there bullshitting with the guy, the cashier, and suddenly this guy, you can tell, you could smell the weed on him. You see they were fucking hotboxing in their car when he came out. Comes into the place. Me and the cashier just sitting there staring at him. He walks up into the back, takes a 40 ounce, puts it under his shirt, and tries to leave, thinking that we're not paying attention. We see him go through the front door. What's up, guy? Turns around, looks at us, he's like, you know what, I'll fucking pay for it. I'll fucking pay for it. Doesn't give it to us. He pulls out a wallet, hands us a 50, and the 40 ounce, it was like $10, I think. And I'm like, dude, what about your change? He's like, nah, just keep it. So we wound up, like, buying a pizza.
Yeah, I heard that.
I can't remember what we bought, but it's like, we got like a pizza or some shit like that. I can't remember.
Worst thing I've ever witnessed from a person that either supports or uses marijuana is everything that's ever come out of Trendy's Dabber's mouth. He just irritates the fuck out of me. And
who is that?
To me, he's the reason that people like him open their stupid mouths is the reason why people are going to be apprehensive about the decriminalization of cannabis.
Who is this person?
He's some asshole that runs like a medicinal marijuana suppository where he grows the stuff, and I think he lives in Florida, I'm not sure.
You shove it up your ass.
No, you cannot shove marijuana up your ass. It will have no effect.
I am holding in my hand right now.
The very thing that we're talking about here.
I'm holding in my hand antidepressant drugs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this fucking suppository he was talking about.
No.
Oh, because I was about to say, if you got that shit in your hand, why don't you shove it up your ass right now, and we see how it works. Okay, let's get back to the whole non-conformist thing.
I meant depository, not suppository, whatever.
Okay, let's get back to the ODD thing. I think it's complete bullshit.
I sound like an idiot.
I sound like an idiot?
No, I sound like an idiot because I said suppository instead of depository.
Good, I was about to kick your ass.
Dispensary.
Dispensary, fuck.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to come through the screen and just strangle the shit out of you. Okay, anyways, as we were saying, let's talk more about the ODD and how non-conformists are looked at as mentally ill, simply for having a different view on society and not believing what you were forced-fed by the fucking media. You're automatically insane.
Dog, move.
What they're defining here as insanity sounds to me like just being an asshole. If people have a problem, if they have a problem that can be diagnosed as what they are defining here, to me it's just another word for being an asshole.
To me, what it looks like is that they're saying anyone who wants to have a different view and opinion on life.
This isn't going to work for the people that want to make use of this in politics, because let's face it, some of the most defiant assholes out there, the ones that would be most prone to be diagnosed with this at one point in time, are now the people that are running the fucking political class now, and in the next generation it'll be the other way around.
So
It just
here's
shifts
my
from one
question.
generation to the next.
Hey,
Would that make all atheists ODD?
or all...
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Liberals in the 1960s would have been ODD. Now they're part of the political class. That's what I'm saying.
I would technically be considered ODD. I'm a nihilist, and I believe in nothing.
I'm cool with nihilists. At least they're not hypocrites like so many atheists are. My biggest problem with atheists is so many of them are just humanists, and they take a theistic view of their own perspective, and they don't want to admit to it. They're like, we are the antithesis of religion, but they go about it in a... so many of them go about it in a religious manner, and that's what annoys me about them.
They're
That's
just
just
as bad as
human nature,
religious
buddy.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humans are group animals, and we so desperately want to feel like that we belong. And well, since that's starting to rise in popularity, I'm not saying that everybody's like that. I'm not saying that all the atheists are like that, but I think that some of the people who approach it more religiously, I honestly think they're just trying to fit in, try to make themselves influential.
Josh, I'm pretty sure you're the only one out of this entire video who's not looked like a dumbass at some point in this video making.
No, I'm pretty sure I look like the biggest dumbass.
Josh is not the only nihilist here.
Wait, what? Wait. Explain.
I'm not a nihilist. From time to time, I have contemplated nihilism. I thought if I ever give up on faith in anything at all, I'm going full nihilist. Because I have so little respect for atheists, I could never, ever want to be grouped in with them. They just disgust me so much. If I ever completely decided that there is no meaning, no hope, no answers to anything, and no God out there, then nihilism is the only true antithesis to religion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Buddhist.
On my very bad days where I'm angry at the world, I am a nihilist for like maybe an hour or two, and then the rest of the week I'm just kind of non-denominational, Christian, whatever.
Here's the thing, I'm also slightly agnostic.
Hey, we don't need to get off topic, guys.
Wait, I actually need to bring this up.
Okay, continue.
Even though I believe that this is all an illusion, and even though I believe that all this is pointless, I do believe that a god could be a part of the illusion. Ever thought of that?
Boobies.
Yeah, boobies. Boob squeeze.
You know what the greatest thing God ever created was? Boobies. This is from one of the first episodes of that 70s show.
Yeah.
And so I've decided what the picture for this entire bit of audio is going to be.
Boobs.
Nice, fat tits.
I thought you were gonna put schlongs.
Ow. Can't do that on YouTube.
Well, I could take
To
like one
honor
of
me,
those...
you should put like a woman's back, a woman's buttocks or something, an anime hentai of a woman's buttocks or something.
Or I could put like an anime hentai girl eating a fucking sausage. I mean, eating a fucking sub sandwich.
Or a very tasty shot of side boob.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Why not? Why does it have to be just one? Why can't it be a little bit of all in the picture?
Yeah, just some girl eating a fucking sub sandwich.
Yeah.
I've explained that I like the full female figure, and I like boobs too, but the back side of a woman is like the main thing for me, and when she's like bent over showing everything, that's like the best part.
The legs.
Am I the only person who's ever actually had the fucking nosebleed effect?
That only seems to happen in anime.
So it's never happened to any of you guys?
No.
Holy
how many
fuck,
people
I
get-
actually
how many
lived
people
that
bleed out-
stereotype.
How many people bleed out the nose when they have an erection? I've never heard of it happening in real life.
I've heard a story about a guy who bled out his penis when he had an erection.
Oh man, yeah, I can hear that happening.
Well, I think this video needs to come to an end.
Hold on, before we go anywhere. When I first... Are we still on?
Yes.
Okay. I got a new doctor several years ago. I had a physical, and I explained that I have some personal problems and trouble getting out as often as I like because I was diagnosed when I was young and again when I was old with HFA, high-functioning autism, and Asperger's syndrome, just like Spence.
We don't need to mention him here.
He immediately pitched at me a not immediately, but shortly after he suggested pitching me a sample of antidepressant drugs. This is like 5 or 6 years ago. I haven't touched them since. They probably are expired now. Lexapro.
What did it do? Give you a boner?
Amazing stuff. It's horrible, actually.
Yeah, my brother looked it up and said that Lexapro is one of the worst things you can take. Like, here, have a sample of this. We're not going to get you on anything. We're just going to suggest you take a sample. Give me the worst fucking thing imaginable.
Oh, God. Well,
yeah, a lot
anyways.
of the stuff that my mom had, she said that was actually really fucking horrible.
Anyways, that being said, I think this video is just about done. Anybody else have anything else to say in closing?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Yes.
Young adult autistic women, to me, are becoming something that I have a passion for because
I don't need to hear this.
They're the easiest kind of women. They can either be the easiest kind of women to get along with, or they can be extremely hostile. You just got to know what to say to them and when to say that and the right things to say. That can apply to all women, but I don't know. I just find myself attracted, more and more attracted to autistic women.
Val, you just described my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, shit.
Really? Oh my god, I kind of want to send her a message. Holy shit. We think you're highly functioning autistic. And a narcissist because, you know.
Just a gigantic bitch.
Yeah.
The one or two women that I've talked to, or at least associate with,
we don't need to hear this.
Level-headed minded people, but then there's another one that just goes off the deep end and gets angry at me and blocks me from every speaking to her again because I got political with her and I was being stupid and I was being a dumbass and I shouldn't have because I'd never spoken to this person before and I got myself blocked just talking to them for the first time because I got political.
Okay, anyways, back to the opposition deficit whatever. ODD.
Yeah.
Josh, do you have any final words?
I have baloney nipples.
God damn it, Josh. Well, anyways, my final words on that is this. Renegade for life, bitch.
Kill it with fire.